What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Star Wars Black Series The Force Awakens First Order General Hux. Really excited to have this guy. I have already seen the movie at this point, so no spoilers here. He is the 13th figure in this series. You see his name, First Order General Hux. And on the back we have a nice little read-up of Hux, a young, ruthless officer in the First Order. General Hux has complete confidence in his troops, training methods, and weapons. And then we have a nice picture of Hux on the side. On the side it does say Hux and then First Order General Hux. That feels weird saying. I'm just going to call him General Hux. But anyway, what I'm going to do now is take a little break, get him open out of the packaging, and then we'll go on to the rest of the review. So sit tight, everyone. And so here we have General Hux posing out of the packaging. Now let's go on to his accessories. He does only come with one accessory, which I don't think he actually used a gun in the movie. I don't ever recall him holding a gun. But anyway, he does come with a Solidary Blaster. You can see it does have a silver accent right here. All black on this side. I wonder if they could have followed the pattern on this side. They probably could have. I don't know, it just looks a little strange seeing how there's silver paint apps on this side, but then when you get to this side it's just all black. It's a nice accessory. Once again, I don't ever remember seeing him holding a gun. However, if you want to put it in his hand, he does hold it really well, and you can see his finger does go into the trigger guard. So if you're going to have him pose with a gun, it actually fits in his hand. I'm probably not going to have mine display with a gun because, once again, I don't ever remember seeing General Hux hold a gun. I'm not saying he can't use one, I'm just saying I don't remember seeing him in my studio Still Dirty from Kylo Ren. But anyway, here we have Hux out of the packaging. Let's get a full 360 of this guy. I'm going to say this, I really do love his coat. I wish I had a coat that looked exactly like this, especially with the First Order patch. I like that. But really nice coat. There is some details on the coat that we'll get into in a little bit. You can see he is wearing the First Order. I want to say Imperial gear, but it's not Imperial gear. It's the First Order officer gear. That's what I meant to say. And if you were so inclined, the coat is a soft plastic, so if you really wanted to, you could get it up and over his arms. But then, actually, you know what? He still looks pretty good. Even though there is some texturing right here in his shirt, he does look pretty good even without the coat. So I guess if you really wanted to, you can take the coat off and give it to another figure, maybe. I don't know. That's just something that somebody might want to do. And just for the sake of review, I'm going to leave it off. So let's actually go into some of his detail really fast before we get into his articulation. Now, I don't remember the name of the actor who played General Hux, but it looks enough like him. He is wearing the First Order hat. You can see if the camera will focus. It does have the First Order emblem on it, and there's some dust on him. Let's try to get that off. His eyes are painted pretty well. You know, they're not looking in two different directions. Hair is a really nice color, although I think it could have been... Actually, in person, it looks a lot better than on camera, so I'm not really complaining there. You can actually see the joint breaks up the sculpt on the back, which is a little unfortunate. Not so much on the front. But no paint on this arm, but you do get the First Order emblem on his arm, and then his general ranking on the sleeve, which is done fairly well. We do get some paint accents on his belt, some really glossy leather gloves. His Imperial style pants would look a little poofy. And then his really high gloss black knee-high boots, which really look nice. I wish I had a pair of boots like that. So really awesome figure. Let's actually go on to some of the details on his coat. You can see he has pockets right there. On the back you can see how the fabric folds in, giving it this dual layered effect. Like I said, just a really nice coat. I really do like this coat a lot. And I've said so much about that coat. And let's actually go on to the rest of the figure, so we can go on to his articulation. He has a really nice articulation, considering you really don't need him in dynamic posing. He has a ball jointed head. He can look left and right, side to side, and move up and down. And then he also does have a ball hinge, so that ball joint is on a hinge, so he can have a better range of movement looking up. Rotates, bobbles slightly. Like I said, he has a fair amount without the hinge, but with the hinge it greatly improves his articulation. Arms go out to about that far. His left arm seems to go higher than his right. Full 360 at the shoulder. Bends at the elbow, spins at the elbow. He has a hinge wrist, which also swivels. And that's the same for both arms. And yeah, he has a inward hinge on both arms. Then he does have a waist swivel right here, which also is a ball joint, although mine, it's kind of hard to actually get it to work. You can see I'm trying to move his waist around, but it just doesn't want to work with me, and I don't want to force it too much. But he does have a ball joint in his waist, which compensates the swivel and his crunch. Let's go forward to about that far. Not at all hindered by his shirt, because it is a softer plastic. Let's go back. Out to about that far. He spins at the thigh. Double jointed in the knee. No boot swivel, but he does have an ankle hinge. And a rocker ankle, although on mine you can see that this ankle is a little loose. Too loose for my liking, but you know, I'm still glad I have the figure. So what I'm going to do now is get him posed up and move on to my final thoughts, and we'll wrap up this review. So sit tight, everyone. So here we have General Hux posed for my final thoughts. Overall, I really do like this figure a lot. He has a lot of nice detail for being just flat black. You can see he still has that silver accent on the belt. Like I said, really loving the material of this coat. It's really nice, flexible. It's not going to hinder articulation at all. Really fast, let's just bring in Kylo Ren so you can see what the two look like standing next to each other. They look really nice together. You can actually see Kylo Ren is slightly taller than Hux. I actually think Kylo Ren should be like that much taller, but it still looks nice. The size comparison is there. But overall, really do like this figure. Kind of glad they gave him an accessory, but I think an alternate head where he wasn't wearing the hat would be a little better, seeing as how there were more scenes without a hat than there were with a hat. So kind of wish we got a hatless General Hux, and chances are we're not going to see a hatless General Hux. But I picked mine up at Walmart for about $19.99. Came out to about $21 with tax, which is pretty good, seeing as how other places are charging $21 without tax. So getting them at $19 was a really good price. If you can find General Hux, I really recommend you pick him up, especially to build your First Order collection, seeing as how he is the General of the First Order. I know there's other important officers, but General Hux is like the big general. With that being said, I'm King of Dragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, tell me what figures you would like to see. Also check out my other Star Wars reviews if you're into Star Wars, or check out all my other figure reviews. With that being said, I'll see you guys later. Take care, everyone.